boxer. He was more experienced. He was winning on points. He was landing more punches, as CompuBox showed and beyond. There is no excuse for a decision like this. As far as I'm concerned, what you wanted is, okay, I'll give you the rematch. And then after the rematch clause is honored, then Manny Pacquiao has a whole bunch of welterweights out there lining up because they see the vulnerability. They don't see the power that they once saw when he put guys like Ricky Hatton to sleep. They don't see that, or dropped Miguel Cotto. They don't see that Manny Pacquiao anymore. They see a Manny Pacquiao who's game, who's skilled, who has speed, who has some power, but not that knockout power that he once had. So if you're Terrence Crawford, if you're Keith Thurman, if you're Danny Garcia, if you're any of those guys, certainly you want to see Pacquiao. The problem is you were supposed to see Pacquiao with him having won this decision unanimously. I had it 116, 112, Manny Pacquiao easily, or actually 117, 112, because I gave him a 2-point round in round 9. It's stuff like this that hurts the sport of boxing. You don't see this in the UFC. You don't see this with Dana White, but you see this kind of garbage that just took place. And clearly, because are those officials from Australia? Are they from Australia? I mean, what did we just see? It's a horrible decision.
I don't have home addresses. Yeah, so you're saying...
Let's find their home address. Send them some mail. Something's wrong with this decision. It was bogus. Bogus.
Jeff Horn just broke Twitter, by the way, or those 3 judges did. Let's hear now from Manny Pacquiao.
You were just defeated by a new person in boxing, a new character, a new personality. What happened?
Jeff Horn is tough opponent. I didn't expect that his toughness. I tried to knock him out in 9 rounds, but he survived.
Nunca pensó que fuera a ser tan duro. Fue un rival bastante difícil. Creí que lo iba a poder tumbar, pero no se dio. ¿Qué tan influyentes fueron los cabezazos? How much influence, or how much did it affect the headbutts?
It's big a lot. It affected a lot because a lot of blood come out to my head.
Le afectó mucho porque salió mucha sangre de su cabeza y obviamente le estaba afectando. ¿En qué momento pensaste, si lo pensaste, se acabó la pelea? Was there any moment where you thought this fight is over?
At the 9th round, I thought I'm going to win the fight.
Él creyó que en el 9º asalto le iba a ganar. ¿Qué sigue para ti? What's next for you?
Well, I'm still here. Continue.
Él sigue acá y va a continuar. Thank you, Manny.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, we got one left.
Manny Pacquiao gracious in defeat. Yes, the loss tonight to Jeff Horn. Let's go back right now to Joe Tessitore.
Good. Well, the crowd reacting here as we're welcoming you back ringside. And incredibly, we're with both men right now. Manny Pacquiao, who just lost the WBO welterweight title to this man, the new champion, Jeff Horn. Manny, I want to start with you. Your reaction to the scores. Where did you think this fight stood heading into that 12th round?
I don't know. I mean, I respect, I'm professional. I respect the judges.
You're as gracious as defeat as any athlete I've ever been around. There was a moment after the 9th round there where the referee went into Jeff's corner and was considering stopping the fight. Were you aware of that? Did you see what was going on there?
Oh, yeah, he's tough, and he survived that round.
He did. Let's talk about that moment. How aware were you of the circumstances there to beg for the fight to continue and then lead to this?
Yeah, I felt fine in that corner. I wanted to keep going on. I wasn't really that hurt. I was a little bit buzzed when he got me a little bit in that round, but then I recovered very quickly.
I'll let Teddy Atlas and Tim Bradley chime in. Teddy?
Listen, congratulations, great effort. I thought you lost, but great effort. I thought this guy was landing the punches. You were throwing a lot that were missing, but you showed great heart, the heart of a champion, no doubt about that, the character of a champion. But let me ask you, you fought an honest fight. So I'm going to take for granted you're an honest guy. And I'm going to ask you, did you feel after that 9th round, a very difficult round, after that round where it was almost stopped, I mean, you heard the words of the referee, said, I'm going to stop this fight if you don't do something, and your own corner told you that. Did you really think that you were winning that fight?
Look, I thought I was winning the fight at that stage, yes. I thought I was outpointing him. I thought I was coming forward more and landing the cleaner blows. That's just my opinion. I respect your opinion too, of course, Teddy.
Manny, I'll let Tim ask you a question here. Tim?
Manny Pacquiao, congratulations, first of all. Good performance. Great performance. Great performance, Jeff. Manny, did you feel his power in there? Did you feel that right hand that he landed several times on you?
It's okay. I feel his power is strong.
Did he ever have you hurt at all? Was there any shot that you took where you said, I'm feeling this guy's right hand?
No.
Manny, how would you assess where you are right now at 38 years old at this stage of your career? Rate out where you feel you are right now.
I'm okay. I don't want to complain, but when I arrive here, I catch cold, so...
You were feeling sick a little bit when you arrived.
Yeah, I catch cold when I arrive here, so maybe because of the weather.
And Manny, you're sincere in saying to this audience of 55,000 that you will engage in the rematch clause and you will have a desire to come back here and do this again.
Oh yeah, no problem.
I'm going to let you go off with your camp. Thank you for being so gracious and spending time with us here.
Jeff,
following that.
Manny, thank you.
You're an absolute legend, mate. Thank you.
Thanks, man.
The great Manny Pacquiao. For all youngsters out there, that's what it should look like after something like that happens to you. I cannot even begin to imagine what is going through your head right now.
Neither can I. There's lots of thoughts coming through. I'm just like to say one little thing more for all the kids out there, I suppose, in the schools. I'm not saying Manny Pacquiao's a bully or anything, but I'm just saying this is a win for all you guys out there being bullied.
Could you, sitting with you this week numerous times, and guys, we were there at the weigh-in yesterday where you even admitted to us the nerves and everything building up. Did you truly envision this, going the distance with him and pulling off a win on the scorecards and becoming the new champion?
Look, I thought it would be a lot harder to get the decision. I thought I managed to get the decision, but it was close. I thought it would be more a knockout if I was going to win this fight.
How bad did he get to you there in the 9th round?
Look, he did buzz me a little bit. I got caught a tiny bit. I felt a bit off balance in that round, but I recovered quickly.
Champ, I'm sure you're going to have to get some medical treatment, but how are you going to celebrate this moment?
Kiss my beautiful wife, go home, and celebrate with all my family and friends and people that I know.
Congratulations. Absolutely stunning. Congratulations. Great effort. That is the new WBO welterweight champion of the world, Jeff Horn. As we will now join back in with Teddy and Timmy. I thought you had a very honest exchange with Jeff here, and I thought he gave you a very honest answer.
Yeah, he's an honest kid. You can see that. You know, he's a school teacher. We need more teachers like him. You know, when I was a kid, I was afraid of teachers throwing erasers at me. This guy could throw hooks at you. So he can really get a classroom's attention, but now he can really get kids' attention. He just touched on it. He was bullied. That's why he got into boxing. He can talk to kids as more than the normal situation of a teacher. Not just arithmetic, not just science, not just social studies, but about growing up, becoming your own man, and facing your fears.
Timothy Bradley, you fought Manny Pacquiao 3 times. You've been a great champion of this recent generation. At one point during the broadcast, I said, you know what? I don't even care what the scorecards read, and I don't care what happens with Jeff Horn here. This is what the sport should have looked like in the ring before the scorecards. That was great stuff we saw tonight.
That was great entertainment, but, you know, better yet, Horn tonight. I'm so impressed with Horn the way he fought tonight, honestly. Fought a legend. He fought him every round from the first round on. He was tough. He was gritty. He showed Manny Pacquiao no respect. You know, he was using his forearms. He was popping him as he came inside. I mean, he was doing everything he could to make it very uncomfortable for Manny Pacquiao in there. Manny Pacquiao suffered 2 cuts over the head, which kind of influenced the judges as well.
Is there any doubt in your mind that the age of 38 had something to do with this win?
I would have to say yes.
For Horn.
I would have to say yes.
And bad judging.
I would have to say yes on both sides, but also I cannot argue. I have to say this. Horn put up a heck of a fight from the beginning of the first round even to the end. Even when he got hurt in the 9th or the 8th round, you know, he came back that next couple of rounds, and I thought he won it the next couple of rounds after he'd been hurt.
But I got to tell you something. To everything you're saying, all the heart in the world, all the character in the world, both of them are gracious human beings. You can't get better than that. But I got to tell you, if Horn fights the same way against any one of those other welterweight champs, I'm telling you right now, I will put my career on the line. He gets knocked out. I'm taking nothing away from him. He's a great kid. Look at the crowd he brought out. It's good for boxing. But when you come in throwing punches like this, believe me, that is not the route that you take or what you show if you're going to be a champion for long in this business.
Speaking of those punches, let's show you the CompuBox numbers of the punches thrown and landed between Pacquiao and Horn, as I am trying to find them here. 90 more power punches landed by Manny Pacquiao in this effort. Obviously, you heard how we broadcast the fight and the way we felt about it. He was plus 40 on the jab numbers, was getting some good body work in as well. You mentioned the other welterweights. We are actually, and at 38 years old and everything Pacquiao has done, there could have been a passing of the torch moment coming here in the course of the next year. We are actually entering what could be a golden age of the sport between 130 and 147 pounds. The welterweight division is loaded with talent. At 140 pounds, Terrence Crawford may be the great next American superstar. He's going to fight on ESPN in a bout that has 4 titles on the line. The sport could have its next undisputed champion. We haven't had that in over 12 years with Bernard Hopkins. Perhaps with what we saw tonight with Manny Pacquiao at 38 years old and losing in controversial fashion and looking like a 38-year-old, it is time to look forward to some of the next great ones.
I'm going to finish with this, Joe, and you put it very eloquently, as you always do, but I'll finish with this. Great night, terrible decision, but boxing showed that it can step up front, and it can be relevant again. It can be important again. And the best thing of it all, you guys got it for free.
That's right.
You got it on ESPN for free. You didn't have to pay $100 for it. And that's the way it used to be, and that's the way it's going to be again.
Now, the strange thing was, the action in the ring tonight actually was worth money. It was great stuff in there while
but you didn't
have to.
Usually when you pay, it ain't worth it. Tonight, you didn't have to pay, and it was worth it. And we're going to give you more of it.
In fact, we are, because on August 5th, it has been announced that Vasyl Lomachenko, one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world, the 130-pound champion, is fighting on ESPN against Mariaga. And on August 19th, an excellent fight of undefeated 2-belt champions to find out who will be the undisputed junior welterweight champion of the world, as Terrence Crawford and Ndongo will fight live on ESPN. That does it here. We said all week long, Jeff Horn, a real-life Rocky story? Yo, Adrian, he did it. Back to you.
Joe Tess, tremendous evening. What a night of boxing action, and take nothing away from Jeff Horn. He was tremendous tonight, but he didn't win that fight. We started, Stephen A., tonight. We started by listing his former opponents.
Yes.
Guys you've never heard of before.
I got a list.
You have another list.
I got another list. And these are the officials. These are the judges. These are the judges that robbed Manny Pacquiao tonight. Waleska rolled in. She scored it. I think it's a she. She scored it 117, 111. I'm assuming, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not assuming that there's a man named Waleska, okay? That's just me. Then you had the two judges, Chris Flores and Ramon Cerdan. They scored it 115, 113. I'm wondering what fight they were watching. Yeah. It's not the same fight that I saw. And listen, I love me some Timothy Bradley. I truly, truly do. Did a great job. And Teddy Atlas was phenomenal tonight, along with Tessitore, no question. But Timothy Bradley, listen, it was reminiscent of the highway robbery he benefited from when Manny Pacquiao got robbed a few years back. There is no excuse for something like this. This is the kind of stuff that hurts boxing. Now, we are just loving the fact that ESPN has boxing back on free television. Ain't no question about that. We love it. We appreciate it. But we don't want to see decisions like this, because guess what? The Crawfords of the world, the Keith Thurmans of the world, the list goes on and on. The Errol Spence Jr., one of my favorites. Danny Garcia's another. They're going to all clamor for Manny Pacquiao, because these are 13 consecutive fights that Manny Pacquiao has gone without a knockout, which is the longest streak of his career. But he had 349 more rounds of experience than Jeff Horn before they fought tonight. And guess what? It showed. He was experienced. Sure, there were slaps that he missed, but Jeff Horn was bigger. He was stronger. He was mauling him. He was leading with his head once he missed a punch. There were at least 3 headbutts that I counted. That's what caused the bleeding, what have you. The fight almost got stopped in the 9th round. Yeah. You know that he won. I had him win him 8 rounds. There's no excuse for a decision like this. Completely utterly bogus.
While we will give out the judges' names, we will not give out their cell phone numbers. We won't do that. We will tell you where they're from. You might think they're from Australia. They're not. 2 are actually from the U.S. and 1 from Argentina. How about Teddy's point that Jeff Horn fights this same fight against anyone else in that class, and he can't possibly.
Well, there's no question. There's no question. Danny Garcia would knock him out. Keith Thurman would knock him out. Errol Spence Jr. would put him to sleep. Kell Brook would beat him. Listen, Sean Porter, I think, would beat him as well. He was sloppy. He was lunging. And more importantly, he tried to come out orthodox. He had his arms down a lot of times while he was coming in there. And as the fight waned, he seemed a bit more fatigued, which was when he was getting caught with even more clean shots by Manny Pacquiao. So I look at all of these guys. It's clear Manny Pacquiao is 38. It's clear that the power that once was there when he put Ricky Hatton to sleep, when he dropped Cotto and stopped him in the 11th round, when he made Oscar De La Hoya quit off his stool in the 8th round of their fight. This is not that Pacquiao anymore. We understand it. It doesn't mean he's not great. It doesn't mean he can't fight. It doesn't mean that some of that speed isn't there. But he's not what he used to be. And these guys are on the come up. They're elite fighters. Jeff Horn fought the way that he fought tonight against those guys. They would knock him out.
A 2-point round is somewhat rare, but to score a 2-point round victory and still lose the fight, especially late in the fight in the 9th round, we thought it was all but over at that point.
Well, this is the problem. If you look at this fight, Pacquiao is all over him. He's hitting him with every shot imaginable. The kid can't move out of the way. The side of his face looked completely distorted. The referee had to come over there and warn him, show me something or I'm going to stop the fight. And it was after the man's corner begged the referee to let the fight to continue. Now, Horn deserves a lot of credit because he won the next round, in my opinion, the 10th round. And he clearly won his next round. He won the 12th. But still, look at this. Look at this right here.
Listen to this here. Listen.
Show me something in this round, or I'm going to stop the fight.
Yep.
That's it.
Jeff, did you get her? You're going to hold.
You agree? Show me something, or I'm stopping the fight.
Show me something in this next round, or I'm going to stop the fight from the officials.
You know what's really alarming about this? This is Manny Pacquiao we're talking about. Right. If you get robbed in the decision and you fought one of the elite welterweights in the world, who we actually know, then that makes sense. The only thing that makes sense about this decision is that it was down in Australia, but 2 of the judges were from the United States of America. It just doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. I cannot believe Manny Pacquiao got jobbed the way that he did tonight. I can't believe it.
But the biggest laugh you got was when we had the statistics up. Horn landed 15%.
15%.
15%.
I had him winning 4 rounds. I had him losing 8 plus a 2-point loss. In round 9, he landed 15% of his punches overall, 17% of his power punches. Manny Pacquiao landed 32% of his punches and 32% of his power punches. And the fight almost got stopped. And somehow, some way, Manny Pacquiao gets robbed by some dude from Australia named Jeff Horn, who has a corny nickname in the Hornet, who we've never known about or seen before tonight. And this is the guy that Manny Pacquiao got robbed to. Why doesn't the sport of boxing just ask him to leave? It seems to me that's what they were doing. They're just saying, Manny, go away. They're not asking, Manny, are you okay? They're saying, Manny, go away. Because when you rob him the way that they robbed him tonight, you're saying you don't care about him being in this sport anymore. That's how I interpret it. I'm sorry.
Stephen A., while I know you'd like to speak or at least have a word or two with any of the 3 judges at this point, the best I can do is Timothy Bradley Jr., who now joins us back from Brisbane, if you want to have a word with him.
Timothy, can you hear me, sir?
What's going on, Steve?
Explain to me. Listen,
how you doing, Steve?
I appreciate it. I'm annoyed by this decision, Timothy, because I'm looking at Manny Pacquiao. I understand you got to give Jeff Horn credit, but I think that everybody that's given him so much credit is because he came in with minimal to no expectations, and he definitely exceeded that. I didn't find him to be that efficient, and I certainly had him losing this fight, which you conferred with. I don't understand why folks seem okay with this decision, Timothy.
Well, you know what? Starting out, the reason why they're okay with this decision is because Manny Pacquiao tonight did show his age at 38 years of age. He showed his age tonight. Horn was out. He was out, I think it was the 8th or 9th round.
9th round.
Pacquiao had him hurt. But then the next round after that, 9th round. But in the round after that, you saw Pacquiao let off the gas pedal. You saw Horn, come on. The next 2 rounds, might have stole the next 2 rounds in this fight. He put up a great fight. I don't think he won the fight. Honestly, I don't think he won the fight. But I can tell you that he did enough in there to make it look like he won the fight.
But
Manny Pacquiao was bleeding, blood was dripping down his eyes. I mean, it looked like a Rocky show, but you know what? Horn got the victory tonight.
Mr. 5-time world champion. Here's my problem with what you're saying. You know boxing better than me without question. You've seen this guy throwing a punch, leading with his head, consistently knocking Manny upside the head with his own head, which is the only reason Manny Pacquiao was bleeding to begin with. I didn't hear you bring that up at all during the fight. The fact that he was leading and would throw a punch, that he would hold him, he would headbutt him, he would hit him behind the head. You brought up none of that. Why?
I said that Manny Pacquiao, that Jeff Horn was actually roughing him up. I didn't say anything about the head. We were talking about the headbutt clashes, as a team here. Teddy was bringing it up, that they were, having head clashes in there. But, for me, I felt that, Manny, look, honestly, I can tell you this. Manny got caught with some shots in there, some right hands. I'm not saying that Jeff Horn won this fight, but I'm just saying he did get caught with some shots. He did get bagged up at times. Manny Pacquiao caught him with the cleaner, effective punches. Don't take my word on that. But, I think that Jeff Horn honestly lost this fight. I can tell you that much. He lost this fight.
Okay. Go ahead, Steve.
We're good?
We're good.
No,
he lost the fight. Steve, he
Yes.
lost. Steve, he lost the fight, Steve. I get it.
All right.
But at the same time, Jeff Horn put up a heck of a fight. I don't know how it looked from y'all end, but he put up a heck of a fight, and it was a bloody mess, and he got the decision because it's here in Australia.
I'm just watching you give this dude all the credit in the world. You hit Manny with more shots than that. In the 2 losses you had to him, you hit shots. You hit Manny with more shots than Jeff Horn hit him with tonight.
I understand that, Stephen A. But you know what? I'm not a judge. I thought Manny won the fight. But I can tell you that Jeff Horn put up a heck of a fight, and he can arguably say that, he'll be tough for any welterweight in the division.
Okay.
Timothy,
including myself.
I'll give you the credit because towards the end of the fight, you were the one, really it sounded like the only one, who said this will be closer than most people think it was.
Yeah, because the way the fight was developing, early on, you saw Jeff Horn pressing the action, hitting Manny Pacquiao at that time with right hands, bullying him, pushing him around, knock Manny down, threw him on the ground off balance. I mean, the judges, I don't know what they were looking at, but let me tell you, I think that they were just influenced by that. They were influenced by the blood dripping down in Manny's eye. They were influenced by the fact that Manny couldn't stop him, when Manny had him hurt, and Jeff Horn came back, the next 2 rounds to win the next 2 rounds in my eyes, and I thought he made it close for himself. I honestly did. I thought he made it close for himself because it is here in Australia, and I just felt that, guess what? He could end up getting this decision here.
Champion, Mr. 5-time champion, Timothy Bradley. I got to get at you with one more thing you just said. He could beat anybody in the division. I don't think he would beat Errol Spence Jr. I don't think that he would beat Keith Thurman. I don't think he would beat Danny Garcia. I don't see that happening.
I think he can compete with all of them. Honestly, I honestly think that this young guy can compete with all of them. He took Manny Pacquiao's best shot. He survived almost a KO round in the 9th. He applied pressure to Manny Pacquiao, which we don't see from anybody, not including myself. You didn't see Mayweather fight him the way this kid fought him. I think he's tough for anybody in the welterweight division, honestly, with 17 fights.
Okay. All right. I mean, I hear you. I hear him, Steve. I just don't get it. I saw him wide open.
Listen,
I saw him with his hands down.
Steve,
I saw him fatigued after the 7th round. I think he'd get put to sleep.
I get that, but it works for him. Manny Pacquiao had a hard time in the beginning of the fight. He had a hard time finding his timing. He did. I looked at Manny Pacquiao. He winked at me. I was like, okay, this kid would eventually slow down. He did, maybe 1 or 2 rounds, but then he came on. And the headbutts and all that came into effect. Then all the blood dripping down in Manny Pacquiao's eye, it kind of influenced the judges to keep giving this kid rounds. That's what I think. That's the reason why we're here. Hey, we're here in Australia. I understand that. You know, he has the hometown crowd. But what I don't get is the fact that there were American judges here and they scored the fight for him. I don't get that. I thought Manny Pacquiao won the fight. But at the same time, you can arguably say that this young kid, he fought one heck of a fight and was very entertaining. And I think all the fans back at home loved the fight. Did you like the fight, Steve?
I like the fight.
Did you think it was a great fight?
The kid was game. He deserves a lot of credit. He hung in there. I'm not taking anything away from him, but I had him losing 8 rounds. I had him almost getting stopped in the 9th round, which means it was a 2-point round. To me, enough said. Enough said.
Hey, guys, let me ask you both this. In the essence of the sport right now, I want to see the rematch again.
No.
You don't want to see this fight again?
Look, man.
You do not want to see this fight again?
No disrespect to Jeff Horn, but I watched him fight. I've seen Terrence Crawford. I've seen Errol Spence Jr. I've seen Keith Thurman. I've seen Sean Porter. I've seen Kell Brook, even though before Triple G messed up his eye socket, okay? And then he lost to Errol Spence Jr. after. I've seen Danny Garcia. I see too many great welterweights in this division to want to see Jeff Horn. If everybody needs to make up their mind. Is Manny Pacquiao great, or is he 38 years of age and he lost several steps? Because to me, he's 38 years of age. He's clearly lost some power. He's lost a couple of steps, and he still beat Jeff Horn tonight and got robbed. So don't tell me that these other dudes would be in trouble against Jeff Horn. No disrespect. No. None whatsoever. I mean, he's a good man. He cares about the kids. Obviously, he loves teaching. We appreciate all of that. But look, it's not an accident that we didn't hear about Jeff. Who did he fight before tonight? And then he beat what everybody seems to be saying is an older version of Manny Pacquiao. That does not make him elite in this division. And I don't even want to hear that from Tim Bradley, because I don't think he can mess with Tim Bradley.
Tim, we'll let you go.
Well, all right.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Make your point.
Make your point. Go ahead.
No, Steve, honestly, I just want to, you know, can Manny Pacquiao compete with those other welterweights that you were just talking about? Can he?
I think he could.
Do you think that Manny Pacquiao can compete with Keith Thurman, Crawford, Danny Garcia? Do you think that he can compete with those guys right now?
Yes.
What you saw tonight from Manny Pacquiao?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
there you go.
I do agree with you there.
There you go. That's all I need to hear. I think he can compete with all of them.
But you're one of the people. But you're one of the people who taught me that styles make fights. So the Manny Pacquiao that you saw tonight ain't necessarily a Keith Thurman or Errol Spence or Terrence Crawford or those dudes. Plus they're younger. Plus they'll have fresher legs. Plus whatever power they had in the earlier rounds, they'd have in the later rounds. These are all the things you helped teach me, along with Teddy Atlas. So come on now. Pacquiao's a tough matchup, no doubt. But styles make fights.
Timothy, go enjoy the rest of your day. It's only it's about 3:30 in the afternoon there. Enjoy your day. Great job on the call.
My man, great job.
Along with Joe Tessitore and Teddy Atlas. How come you don't want to see that fight again? That was a great if you're a boxing fan, that's a great action-packed fight.
Listen.
Let's play it. Let's have it in a different locale.
When you are a bigger, stronger, but slower fighter with a diminished level of skill compared to a magician like Manny Pacquiao, how do you beat that guy? You hit him, you lean on him, you headbutt him, you hit him with some elbows, you push him around, you throw him to the canvas. You do all of those different things. That doesn't make it for a great fight. We have to be willing to sit here and admit, Steve Levy, that what made it great was our expectations of Jeff Horn. He exceeded them because we had none. It wasn't that it was a great fight. It's that it was surprisingly good compared to the expectations that we had. That is a difference.
As Joe Tess said, it exceeded expectations, made for a lot of drama, a lot of action, and a lot of punches, which a lot of fight fans enjoyed.
The man made 15% of his punches.
A lot of punches went flying.
Do you realize that he connected less against Manny Pacquiao than Manny Pacquiao connected against Floyd Money Mayweather? Manny Pacquiao connected 18% of his punches against Floyd Mayweather. This dude connected 15% of the time. What are y'all talking about? Come on.
Here's the 9th round.
Come on.
A 2-point round that was won by Pacquiao.
There it is. He's starting to melt a little. It looks like a puddle in the summer that's evaporating right in front of you.
And the 9th round would continue. Teddy had a 2-point win. You had a 2-point win. All right, would you rather see Mayweather-Pacquiao or Pacquiao? Hang on, hold that thought a second. Here's the ref.
Listen, I'm here to protect you, okay? I think you had enough.
He's all right.
You want to continue? Show me something in this round, or we're going to stop the fight. That's it.
Go on the 11th round. So if I tell you got to watch one fight, Pacquiao-Mayweather or Pacquiao-Horn, which fight do you watch?
I want Mayweather-Pacquiao.
Again?
That's just I do, because it wouldn't be the same. Because remember, Pacquiao, supposedly his shoulder would be better this time.
Right.
Remember that. But of course, this fight was better than the first Pacquiao-Mayweather fight.
Yes.
Nobody would deny that.
Yes. Hug it out, Bart.
All 3 scores go to the winner by unanimous decision. And new welterweight champion of the world, the Fighting Pride of Brisbane, Queensland, Australia, Jeff the Hornet Hart.
We needed a